What's going on, guys? Today is a very special video. We are here in Tokyo doing some shopping. I'm going to take you with me to a bunch of different brands. We're going to see the price, we're going to see if it's worth it or not, and overall just look at some really cool pieces. So if you're hyped for that, then let's go. First up is a place called Cons in Parko, Shibuya. Cons is a Japanese fashion retailer that blends streetwear, designer fashion, and contemporary Japanese style into one space. I really like the vibe of this store. Price-wise, you're looking at anywhere from $100 to $300, so not exactly a place to go if you're hunting for deals, but they curate their selection extremely well. Everything in the store feels super intentional. Also, on a side note, when recording videos in Japan, it's important to be respectful of businesses and other people. I asked ahead before recording every individual store in this video, and they were all cool with it, as long as customers weren't shown in the frame. It really does feel high-end in this store, and while there are crazy pieces like these shorts for $276, you'll also find pants for around $100 to $150, which is not too bad for what you're getting. These boots were only $96, which I actually think is a good price for boots. I just have so many, but if I didn't, I definitely would have got those. So it wouldn't be a Japan video if I didn't hit up some gacha machines. So stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you guys which one I got. Everyone talks about Second Street in Japan, so I had to check it out. I was looking for those unique Japanese silhouettes, but Second Street felt like the same basics that I can find in any US city. I did see this Takashi Murakami collab shirt for like 50 bucks, and they had a bunch of Supreme hats that I don't really think I'd end up wearing. Now this one was interesting. It was a pop-up store I found also in Parko, Shibuya, by the brand Not For Nerd. Now I know the name sounds kind of silly, but honestly, this brand reminds me a lot of the clothes on Taobao, and I mean that in the best way possible. The difference here is you can actually see it in person and try things on instead of paying for shipping and hoping that it fits when it finally arrives. They have a surprisingly good selection. A lot of their bottoms were priced around $75 to $100 range, which I think is reasonable considering the quality, washes, and overall variety of designs. I ended up finding these flared jeans that I really liked the wash of. Also these gray distressed jeans that one of the employees were wearing. I liked the store so much I ended up circling back and getting this net hoodie. Haven't really seen stuff like this often, so I had to pick up the black one. Next up is a store called Old Order in Harajuku. It's a sneaker brand that has a bunch of chunkier silhouettes. Here, you'll find shoes for around $120 to $150. I like their more simple, chunky dad shoes. It reminds me a lot of some Balenciaga 3XLs, but more tame and at a more accessible price point. They also had some retro tennis-looking shoes, which are cool, and even a Disney collab section, which I found very interesting. If Mickey Mouse did streetwear, they would definitely look like this. Now, it wouldn't be Japan if I didn't browse some more secondhand select shops, and this one was called Bring. Bape is a huge part of streetwear culture and Japan, so finding these was kind of cool. I think the price was good for Bape, just not necessarily what I'm looking for specifically. These Ricks were $1,200, which is actually $400 cheaper than what I've seen them going for on Grailed. They also had a bunch of Chrome Heart stuff for insane prices, of course, but still very cool to see the wide selection of Chrome that they have. We're talking thousands of dollars worth of Chrome Hearts jewelry. I get the hype, I also like Chrome Hearts, but the price can sometimes be insane for this stuff. The leather jacket is cool though, not gonna lie. Next up is a store called Sneaker Dunk. I was looking for some cool shoes and I found these Adidas XLG runners, which are actually a China exclusive. Now they were slightly marked up in price, so I passed on them, but honestly, I kind of regret not trying them on at least, since I do want to get these eventually. They also had these ambush Air Force Ones, which were kind of dope, and the viral Adidas track jackets, which are surprisingly soft. Those were also way marked up, so I passed on those too, but still cool to see in person. You're gonna find that a lot of these thrift stores do have a lot of markup prices. I'd say if you're gonna go to any thrift stores, avoid going to anywhere near Tokyo, Harajuku. You'll find at least one item that you like, but the price is not much different or sometimes even more expensive than if you were to buy it online. For example, Kinji was one of the top must-visit spots to visit, and I found it to be practically the same as any other thrift shop in America. Aside from the graphic tees, which some were cool, but others were like insane prices. I don't know, maybe thrifting isn't for me anymore, but I honestly didn't see anything that caught my eye. What did stand out for me was this retailer called Alfredo Bannister. Another funny name, but they had these insane 3D printed shoes from a brand called Alive Form. But of course, since these shoes are somewhat hard to come by, the price reflects that. They also had this half boot, half sneaker type of shoe with the toe box having this leather gradient, which was so cool, very Balenciaga coated. The sales associate was super nice and even shared this gray suede looking sneaker. It really did seem like he thought the items were as cool as I did. The footwear curated in that store was very cool. Before I left, the worker also urged me to check out one of their bags with a 3D printed strap. Very unique. I've never seen a bag with this sort of 3D printed technology integrated into the strap, and I'll definitely be visiting this spot again in the future. Now, I've heard a lot about this brand Hysteric Glamour recently, and it's not a new brand, but it is Japanese, so I had to check it out. The vibe leaned very towards punk Americana, which honestly isn't really what I'm looking for in Japan. I get that aesthetic back home, so it felt kind of silly shopping there. I did find these cool patchwork jeans, but I'm not a big enough fan of the brand to really justify spending that much on some jeans. Last but not least is a Japanese brand called Hare. A lot of their designs are very Japanese inspired, which I like, but I will say the quality isn't always there. I think I was browsing the women's area by accident, but I did come across this very interesting looking vest. Not really for me. I've browsed in Hare before, but if you haven't ever been to Hare, I think it's worth checking out since their clothes are very Japanese contemporary style. In my next video, I'm gonna go through everything that I bought while in Japan. A lot of the stuff I was able to record the store. Some of it I wasn't, so there will be some surprises. So if you're interested, be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.